NMF TV. Silence your radio, kill your television. NMFTV.com. Why did you refuse to be the Azkals head coach countless times?
I've been there, done that. Too much politics, like I said. Like I posted one time a few days ago, coaching is a thankless job. With what's happening with Michael Weiss, we talked about it already before, personally, one-on-one, and I said, it happens. And I said, you should know that because you worked also somewhere in other countries as well. There's no such thing as a permanent job in coaching, in any sport.
Perfect. Hands-on, back on air, and Jing Lang back on the show, which is good, right? Did you miss me, Coach Hans?
Of course, man. You
That's all you
left
had.
me alone, Tony.
That's all you had. I'm sorry about that. Got a little darker. I went to Zambales and went.
You see that? You see that?
Came back.
He leaves me alone.
And
he's
right in
having
time,
fun.
right in time. Actually, we came back for our new friends Adidas, who have been sponsoring the program today, and we went to their recent launch. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I did a lot of work. Coach Hans did a lot of like smoking cigarettes.
Excuse me. I did my PR
downstairs.
work.
Ah.
I did a PR promotions for hands-on. Jing had to do his business.
I like that. He's a hardworking man, and we had a snippet, a video from that time. Our little visit over to Sparta, our good friend Amanda Fernandez, her place was where the launch was held. We had a good time over there.
Yeah, we did.
For the launch of the X's and the Aces, we have a video, so let's check it out. Hands-on is on the road and checking out the new launch of Adidas' new football boots. Gone are the old designs and in with the new here with the X's and Aces, and they are revolutionary football boots, and we get an opportunity to check it out. How cool is that?
Yeah.
So we're here at Sparta, Coach Hans and myself. Come with us. Adidas' new launch is predicated upon making sure you can cater to two types of players. There are those who produce chaos and those who provide control. And this here is the X15, all right? This is for a player that provides chaos. And it utilizes all different types of technologies to ensure you can move quickly, you can be agile, and you have crisp control whenever you need it. So these are the X15s. Amazing stuff. I wish I could get my hands on some, to be honest. Philly, our husband, wearing the Chaos boots.
They've helped me in the World Cup qualifiers, they've helped me in the UFL, and I love the look, I love they're comfortable, and I really enjoy using them.
All right, over here we've got the Ace 15s. Now, if there's players that provide chaos, there are players that need to provide control. And they have this control web. It allows you to get perfect traction on the ball, stop the ball on a dime, and be able to ship it off and pass it off to wherever you need it. It really depends on what you like, control or chaos. Man, amazing work from the team. Coach Hans, I love what you said about... no, you didn't say much in that video, did you?
I just stood there, man.
Yeah, you stood there looking like a good guy. Anyways, but amazing stuff. Pick your side, X's and Aces. Thank you to Adidas for sending us over there. We had a great time. Actually, two gentlemen that we have on the show today, Manny Ott and Patrick Reichelt, they're going to be joining us for the rundown in just a little bit. You guys were there as well. Did you guys enjoy your time over there at the event?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
The X and the Aces.
Which one are you choosing?
I choose the Ace one.
The Aces.
Yeah.
Are you, Patrick?
Yeah, I'm playing the Aces too.
The Aces.
Yeah.
All right, so it's more of control.
You know what? I just want to tell people, this guy's fake, man. Manny Ott's a fake.
Why?
Because before he came out, he was saying so many things. Now you just ask him one question. Yeah, I like Lakers.
It's like he's a transformed man.
My God, I don't think these guys are shy in front of the camera, are they?
I don't recognize him anymore. You'd start recording.
No, that's a lot of bullshit. Maybe these guys are going to be quiet.
All right, so let's start the show then. Yeah, let's get to the rundown.
Yeah.
Basically, a chance for us to look through all the things that have been going on in Philippine football. So very quickly, the rundown, folks.
Anything you want.
I'm gonna jump in for sure because Ceres-La at the moment is 6 points clear of their nearest rivals. They are at 30 points, 13 points away from sealing the title. Ceres-La straight from being promoted from the second division to taking over
Right
the
away.
first division immediately. How's that feel to be on top of the table looking down at everybody?
It's feeling good.
Yeah.
Cannot be better. I mean, we have now 3 big games in front of us this week, starting on Sunday against Global, then Green Archers, Kaya, and I think we have a good chance to
Get an early holiday.
seal the championship.
No, you're not going to get an early holiday. We still have the cup.
That's right.
We still have the cup.
Yeah, we still have the cup and then national team also. So
And then for September.
September 3, I think, is the friendly game against
Oh, shit,
Vietnam.
I'm lucky you.
Oof.
Okay.
That's what I saw.
September 3, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
3?
saw some
Yeah.
news, but I don't know if it's
Well, it can be moved.
if it's fixed already.
And then the 8th is when we play Uzbekistan.
Yeah, that's fixed already
Okay.
Yeah.
in Bulacan.
Yeah, in Bulacan. That's got to be at the Philippine stadium. Yeah. So
Yeah, the stadium where nobody can sleep.
I gotta get my ass over there. I haven't tried it over there yet.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Why?
Lucky you.
All right. So actually, Green Archers United is a piece of a story as well. I mean, they're up to 6th place, playing pretty well in the second round. Are you guys still undefeated? You guys have won all 3 games, right?
So far, yeah.
Playing back. It always seems to be the case with you guys. You guys always bounce back stronger in the second round. Why do you think that is?
I think it's just a maturity among the players.
Takes a while
It
to
has
gel.
nothing to do with it has nothing to do with lack of training or what have you. Because we've had games wherein some of our players are injured or under suspensions.
So it's just a good time for you guys right now.
Yeah, well, it takes time sometimes. I mean, we're not anywhere close to Ceres, Global, Loyola.
Nobody is at the
Kaya,
moment. Actually, that's how it seems.
in terms of lineup.
Right.
In terms of excuse me, in terms of talent, but we have a different objective in Green Archers United, and we're more of the developmental thing. And I think being called Green Archers United, I think we're the only team that still has Lasallians in the lineup.
Right.
The young ones, we're pushing them up also, giving other exposure.
Sorry, is Chiefy injured again?
Yeah, his old injury, I think he was stepped on. I forgot which game that was. But he was pulled out in the first half.
That is GP.
Manila Jeepney, yeah, he was stepped on. So, and Chiefy's feet are. He buys
Smaller.
his shoes in Toys R Us, and then he was stepped on by one of the imports of.
Bagosh.
The big feet, size 12, size 13. So
Awesome.
Chiefy had no way to get out of it.
So obviously everybody's chasing AFC Cup progress or qualification. If you win the league, you qualify directly into the group stage. If you win the UFL Cup, then you go on and enter through the knockout.
Yes.
The qualification round. And if you're lucky, then you move on into the group stages. Right now, it looks as if Ceres-La, being as they are at the top of the pile, are going to move on to take straight access into the group stage.
Mathematically,
Still 13
some
points away.
teams can still catch up, but that's 13 big points, man.
Yeah, I mean, they only
That
have to
is
make
what?
13, yeah.
That's 4.5 games
Right.
that the other teams need to
Yeah.
win and think and Ceres losing all those 4 games, which I don't see.
They're gonna have to lie down for a little while.
Yeah,
if
maybe these 2 guys will play with one eye open and one arm tied to one leg. So
But we were supposed to have UFL Cup duty. If you're just
Yes.
tuning into this is a July 10 show. No, 9 show.
9.
And we were supposed to have UFL Cup duties tomorrow. But schedule got changed. Now it's the league happening. And we're going to have big games coming up. On Saturday, it's going to be Kaya versus Pachanga, Stallion versus Loyola. And then on Sunday, it's going to be Green Archers versus Team Socceroo, and Ceres-La versus Global. So there's going to be some really big games over the weekend. A bit of a change, though, not what we were expecting. Why has there been a shuffle in sort of the scheduling of the UFL?
It happens when your schedule changes. Fixtures also will be changed due to some other factors, but mainly because there is a standing protest that is still being deliberated on by the UFL the disciplinary committee.
Tell us more about this protest.
I don't really know much.
Coach Hans, what is happening here? What's going
curious
on?
now.
Well, it has something to do with eligibility. Well, papers have got to be, submitted. Original papers and all this regarding the eligibility
Of players.
of the players.
Okay.
And we're not only talking about one player, so it'll put a damper a little bit on the cup and maybe the league.
So just to be clear, for those who are unfamiliar with the situation, there are a couple players whose eligibility is under question.
Yes.
Eligibility in terms of what? In terms of their professional nature, or is it like a nature of like nationality?
No, I think it has something
What
to
is
do
it?
with their sex, gender. No.
Gender?
No.
Oh, they're transgenders. They switch sports. That's not allowed. We don't know. We don't have a stance.
That's why we invited.
That's why Manny Ott here, or Manu, as he wants to be called.
An expert on the matter.
Yeah, we're having him here because for once and for all, he's gonna spill the beans and say what he's.
At the end of the show.
Well, no, it has to do with, I'd say, something to do with nationalities. So, we know one of the rules with regards to eligibility in the UFL, Cup and League is, number one, doesn't matter how many foreigners you have in your club, but we've got a maximum of 5 players playing on the field at the same time.
At any given point in
At
time.
any given point. So, but there has been some, registration changes, which a few of the other club managements has seen and have questioned. So, I think the club has to provide the DISCOM some papers that would, show otherwise. I don't want to preempt the decision, but it doesn't look that good.
Disciplinary committee, for those who are not sure.
DISCOM,
what
sorry,
is.
disciplinary committee. Go ahead. Yeah.
So if somebody gets caught, let's say, breaching the laws of eligibility in terms of the number of foreign and local players that come in, what kind of sanction are we looking at here?
Well, let's put it this way, for those who are not in the know. When a game is being played in a match of football, and then there is a protest with regards to eligibility or what have you, let's just say a player was not supposed to be playing, and then they won, so they get the 3 points. So every single game, if it is,
Seeing that person is not eligible
if it is,
to play.
if the sanction is really going to be given because of this ineligibilities, all the 3 points a win for this team will all be null and void, and the team that they played against will instead get the 3 points and they get 0 points.
Wow.
So if a certain player who is ineligible, you don't need more than one.
Right.
It can be just one that's gonna get you down the whole setup, the whole league or the whole cup. So if it's found out, if it's proven that there was an ineligibility issue.
Yeah.
So let's say a team plays 12 games.
All 12 games.
All 12 games. If they've won all the 12 games,
Oh, if they've won.
won or draw, will all be removed, and the wins will be given to all the opponents.
What if he just did a 5-minute cameo? Like he's come in to waste
Doesn't
time?
matter, even if you come in for the last 30 seconds.
All right. Okay. So serious sanctions coming up to a club. Are we privy to the information as to whether it's a first division or second division club?
I think it would be unfair.
Unfair.
It would be unfair
Suspense continues.
to to mention if it's first division or second division team, let alone mention the club.
Okay, well, I gotta try.
In all fairness to everyone, because like they say in court, unless proven guilty,
You're innocent.
you're innocent till you are proven
kinda shady.
guilty. So let's just leave it at that.
All right, all right.
I don't think the players that will bother the players, would it? I don't think so. No. You guys are supposed to be professionals, and you just play
Yeah.
and leave that kind of problem to management.
Yeah, well,
It's not to do with the coaching staff or what. I think it's management now.
Oof.
So
If you lose all the games, you can't get relegated because the Army's been relegated. So, well, we're gonna find out in the next.
no,
few
Army's
weeks.
case is very different.
Right, so we
Very
will
different.
see if there will be an issue going on in the UFL, whether first division or second division. We'll see. And the UFL Cup. Let's just take a quick look at the
Yep.
league table, which will sort of give us an idea of what the matchups will be. That's if you've got very good eyesight.
For those who don't understand the cup style, I call it accordion. This is the second round. Okay, this is round of 16. This is not yet the quarterfinals. All right, these 16 teams have won and qualified through their elimination rounds.
Yeah.
So I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, the top two of every group
Yeah.
are here now in the 16. And then, if can we have the table back, please? So, for example, number one team would be Kaya, I think, because of
It says global.
it says global.
Global.
Is that correct?
So global's at the top.
No, that's sorry. No, this is the league.
No. Oh, right.
This is the league, not the
No,
cup. We're talking
what?
about the cup.
No, it's
No. It's supposed to be the cup. Sorry, it's supposed to be the cup. It just says league table,
Okay.
but that's supposed to be the cup.
Okay, sorry. So let's get there. Okay.
Somebody's flustered down there.
Somebody's sorry. You're confused. So what I call accordion is number one, because of virtue of being number one.
Yeah.
Will always have the right to play the last, not necessarily the weakest team, but the last of the qualifiers. So Global will be playing against Fleet Marine. Okay, I think the Fleet Marine used to be the former Navy.
Wait, I don't think that's
Philippine
correct
Navy team.
either, because that's
Yeah.
more than 16 teams on that. You know what? Screw that table.
Okay, so just
Forget it.
to let everybody understand.
We'll get you guys
Updated.
an image of that. But
Yeah.
like what you were saying, the accordion style. First
1 versus
seed
16.
plays the worst team.
2,
16.
yes.
2 plays
Don't say
15.
worst team.
I mean, in
Team
the
of the
qualifier.
last team
Right,
qualifiers
right.
was 16. Ceres is number 2 in the cup,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you're playing number 15, which is
I think Mendiola.
Menjola. Okay.
FC.
If people are wondering why is there Fleet Marine, Menjola, and all that, in the cup, folks, any team can join. Even a 4th division team, which we don't have,
Yeah.
can also participate. But that gives them. Here it is. Here we go.
There it is. Lovely stuff.
Okay. So, you see the number one, like the R16, that's a round of 16. First match is number 1 is Kaya, and number 16 is Bright Star. So, 1 versus 16. And then on your right, you see there R16-2, meaning round of 16, game 2, fixture. Second fixture is Menjola FC versus Ceres-La.
So if Ceres does move through, they will have an opportunity
Yeah,
to face.
and if you see, if you see the lines there, guys. Okay, let's just see, since we have Ceres players here as our guests today. Let's go to the Menjola FC versus Ceres. Everybody knows. Let's not beat around the bush. Everybody knows who's going to win that game.
How rude.
Oh, well, I have to. I think I didn't say the worst
How
team.
rude.
I didn't say the worst team. You said the worst team. So, you see the lines there. After Menjola and Ceres. When you go down here, they will be playing. The winner of that match, R16-2, will be playing against the winner of the Pasagad FC versus Manila Jeepney. And then the next line there, that's already the quarterfinals.
So they have an opportunity in the semifinals.
Let's just say
Any
Ceres
global
wins against Menjola, and then let's say Manila Jeepney wins against Pasargad. So Ceres against Manila Jeepney will be playing the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Okay? And then let's just say Ceres wins that. They'll move forward down to the semifinals. They will be playing the winners from the Socceroo Global FC game and the Pachanga Aguila game.
So most likely global.
Most likely.
And
global.
mostly it looks like global. So in the semifinals, it'll be the top one of the. That's what happened in the cup. This is why it's interesting, the cup, because you can always see you can see the top 4 teams match up against each other right away.
And it's just one game, so there's also an opportunity for some of the lesser teams, so to speak, to
Yeah.
spring a surprise
Yes.
and move on and cause an upset.
Exactly.
Quick question though, Coach Hans. Qualification into the AFC Cup. If Ceres, let's say, wins the league and they go on to win the cup, who's going on to progress to qualify into the qualifying round of the AFC Cup?
Serious.
I mean, well, they can't
If
do
they win both the
I mean,
league
they're
and
already in the group stage, so they're not going to go
The
through the
league
qualifying
winner.
round.
The league winner.
The second league.
You know-
I mean, they won the league as well,
playoff
and they won the
who
cup.
gets the-
No, that's why. Remember.
Will it be the second placer?
Yeah, the second one of the
Second
league.
one.
Most likely. right?
Remember last year, well, it happened early this year, when things were changed.
Yeah, yeah.
Where in Ceres, we're supposed to be the ones to go where
Straight.
To the
Global
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? But things were changed, so Ceres had to go all the way to Maldives
Yeah, yeah.
to play that match. And while Global went directly to the group stage already. Unfortunately, Ceres maybe they had too much fun in the white sands of Maldives.
It's a beautiful place.
Just joking, I don't know what happened.
It was a good place.
Nice place. Maldives is a good,
Super.
nice white sands.
Super hot to play.
Oh, yeah.
We played 4
I
p.m.
guess.
in the heat.
4 p.m.
Yeah,
They want to schedule it in the evening?
that was
What
the
happened?
kickoff time. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Gotta
I
play.
would- yeah.
No excuses. We didn't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't do
Didn't play
good.
good. We still played a lot better than they played, but then we didn't make our chances. They scored.
Did they park the bus? Like they say?
No, it was
No? Did-
okay.
open game.
It was an open
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chances on both sides, but then we got an unlucky goal 5 minutes something before the end,
Yeah. Yeah.
where they tried to cross in and the cross went
Right,
into
yes.
the.
We've seen it.
Yeah, but lesson learned.
Yeah.
Lesson learned for the Ceres club. I don't think they'll make the same mistake again if they have the chance this
Yeah.
coming year.
That's why we're forcing now, just going straight
No
to
playoffs
the,
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight this time.
Yeah, if you can go straight directly to the group stage, why not? You know, some maybe tables will be turned. I'd like to see another team come up to participate because we've been given 2 slots.
Yeah, that's right. So,
I mean, 1 slot, the other slot is you need to
Yeah.
qualify.
some,
But nevertheless,
Right.
we've never had this years ago.
yeah. So maybe the second place in the league is going to be a huge fight as well. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
potentially that
Yeah.
could play.
Arches is still in.
Yeah,
There's so
Arches,
many
man.
teams in, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, in that
Who's fighting? How many teams?
Stallion is fighting at 24 points, Global 23, Kaya 22, Loyola 22, Green Archers 20. So I mean, there's 5 teams there that are going for that second place spot. So it's going to be a mess down
Yeah.
there. So yeah, exciting stuff in the league. And let's move on to Ceres-La obviously in the progress of creating history. Moving from the second division, capturing the first division, moving on to qualify for AFC Cup duty, and you boys have been creating history with the national team as well. 2 World Cup qualifying wins, Bahrain and Yemen. Actually, we've got highlights of the Yemen game here, and we can show.
Oh, we
them.
do have the Yemen game. I heard that the commentator, the analyst was quite good.
Yeah, Coach Hans is there. With Natasha. Can we show highlights of that of the game against Yemen? That was a 2-0 win for the Philippines, and Misa Bahadoran scored in that one as well as Ramsey. Ian Ramsey. He's one of the newer recruits to the Philippine team, along with Luke Woodland. Stephen Pala was there as well. And Neil Etheridge back in goal for us. And Manny Ott and Patrick Reichelt were involved in that game. And we're going to talk about the match ratings later on. Our good friend, Sidel
These
Tupas.
2 guys will not like it.
Our good friend, Sidel Tupas of the show.
So now you better.
And these 2 guys as well sent in his match ratings for that one. You know what? Are we going to show the highlights or no?
Are we? I don't know.
We don't have to. We can just get straight to the ratings, so we can get
Straight
started
to
with some
ratings.
juicy conversation. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
while
Just the
they-
ratings. Are you guys sure? I mean,
I would
okay.
like to see the highlights. No, it was a good game.
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
what, they'll show it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They'll show it. What do they say? The comments in the ratings is done by.
Oh, here it
Here we
is.
go.
Look at this.
No audio. My God.
Look at this.
It's a good play.
And look at the turn. Look at the turn. Beautiful.
That's a beauty.
Yeah.
I don't know where he found that turn.
I think that's shocked. Well, I'm happy for this kid.
Yeah,
I'm
he
happy
did
for
good.
him. Yeah, he did very well. He looks like a spark plug of the Azkals right now. I mean,
Yeah.
he just runs and runs and runs and runs. And like I told him before, there's no other way for him but to improve because of all the exposure the coaches have been giving him.
Look at this. Starts it on the right side.
That goal alone, that move alone of Misak can end up in the ESPN best goals or highlights, whatever you call it.
Who's passed him the ball?
Javier.
Patti.
But
Both goals. Both
Yeah.
goals against Yemen
Yeah,
came from Javi.
Yeah.
Pate.
look at that.
Does Javi speak English? Or do you guys have
Yeah, way better than he did when he arrived. And
Yeah,
He's
better
doing
now.
good. Everybody understands.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
understand everything.
Yeah.
He be
Okay.
talking already, creating sentence. Before he
Okay.
didn't, he had a translator beside him.
That
I
goal.
thought he was going to be speaking Chinese to you guys already.
And there's a second debut goal for Ramsey.
was good.
What's nice here, the Yemen game, both goal scorers, first time.
Yeah.
First time to score the
No, was good. Kiki won the header.
Yeah.
Going there.
And do you know that you guys... Hey, Kiki, did you know that it happened twice or three times the same freaking play?
Yeah, we did it like
Long ball, you got it, you hit it, slide it over to Javi.
Good.
two times dangerous like this
Yes.
one situation when it
Yes.
resulted in goal.
Good ball.
And
Really good ball.
like you can just head
And then
and then
it's
you always know
easy.
like
You see,
Patino will be somewhere, you know.
for the younger players, you see that pass of Patino. That's what we say always about the right way of a pass, the weighing of pass. Because if he just launched only made the pass, that keeper would have gotten that ball
Yeah, he
easily.
has the power behind
But
it.
the power behind his pass
Perfect
and the
timing.
execution, the timing, it stayed on the ground. It didn't go up.
Yeah.
It didn't bounce. Whatever. So this is done through constant practice, and you need to do that. Calling out the LSU, all the Salle players. This is what I'm talking about. If you hear me screaming and all that, that is a very good example of what I've been trying to explain. Anyway,
This is insane, man. I mean, nobody would have expected to have such high hopes heading into the World Cup qualifiers. Everybody was trying to, control their expectations, but instead you guys beat Bahrain and then you guys beat Yemen just to prove that it wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
Must have felt spectacular. I mean, for the fans, for ourselves, it was like, it's almost unreal that happened, to watch that happen, and not just to beat them, but to dominate these players, these teams. Must have been a great achievement for you guys, obviously, but like, how did that feel for you guys as a unit, as a team?
I mean, the team we had there was, everybody talked about, we had the best team since
Forever.
forever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the team was in a good shape, good setup. We had a good chemistry. Everybody was working on the field. I think you saw it in Bahrain and Yemen. Like, everybody was chasing the ball. Everybody was working their ass off for each other. And I think that's the best you ever can have. Like, a team who's working together is stronger than some individual players.
yeah.
And yeah, I think we did well in the first game, but we did even better. And it's nice to see that we improve from game to game and when we're longer together. So we will see how it's going on the next game with Uzbekistan. I hope we can have a little bit time with the team to prepare before the game, so we can get to know each other better again.
yeah.
Because we were like, this was like just 1.5 weeks before.
With the new,
With the new guys,
yes.
they just came in. Pala just arrived like 4 days
And then
before the first
sometimes
game.
you're just also unlucky. Sometimes you be like, you get wrong attitude, wrong characters in the team. But with these
True.
players, you've been very lucky. All
It's
of them
like
very
a-
humble, very good guys.
That's
you
a
know.
perfect combination when you just put everything into the bowl,
Yeah.
and it just blended really well.
Yeah, especially in the football world, you have characters, you don't want to know. Like they come inside, they think there's so much-
Egos.
Yeah,
Mostly
and then
egos.
With these players coming in, we were like, we don't know what to expect, and
Yeah.
then they came, and then very good guys. Took a day, 2 days max for them to get.
Who was the last one to join you guys?
Pala.
Pala. 5 days.
Yeah.
5 days before.
So the rest of it, they had about a week with you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some they were like
They're arriving
yeah,
some
July
between
1, July 1. So 10 days, 10 days.
I'd like to give also a lot of credit to Coach Thomas Dooley for doing this. Speaking from as a coach, it's not that easy to gather talent, as you may call it, and getting them together. I mean, look, he started how many of the new ones against Bahrain in the first 11?
All. I think all
except Woodland.
But Woodland was
And
yeah.
Kevin and Grayson.
And Kevin.
Okay, so that was what, 4?
It was Ian, Pala, and who's the third one? Ian, Pala.
Pala.
Yeah, I mean the all new ones.
The first timers.
Yeah, okay.
First timers.
No,
Yeah,
just
I think only Ian and Pala.
yeah. In the third game it was Luke.
Woody also, yeah. But then you take Shreki, you take Neil, which were
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
team
haven't
for
been a
years.
long time. Javi.
Even Javi, you
Yeah,
can new.
Javi, so it's basically still for
Yeah.
Coach Dooley.
I think it's all perfect timing, we've been wanting Javi Patino with us in the lineup for quite some time. Even the other boys, right? The other guys that we wanted them already to join you guys since before, but it just so happens. I think it's the FIFA. How do you say?
The scheduling of the breaks because
the
they're
breaks.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clubs, they were able to they were given
FIFA dates.
the freedom to come out and play for the national side. I've said it before. I mean, after we had a friendly, if I can call it friendly, anyway, at the Bulacan Stadium before your match against Bahrain.
The All-Star friendly.
Whatever. We played them to help out Coach Dooley on how he wanted the UFL imports to play against. We had only 14. I would have wanted to get a lot more to give them also more. How do you say?
A challenge.
A challenge, and not to play that easy. I saw during their warm-ups that they were doing some drills, and it was done. It was all a sequence of first touch movement in the attacking third. You guys were doing that in the attacking third with the sticks, remember? Shooting, and they did it about 3 times again in the friendly. It just didn't, how do you say, produce goals, but the movement was there. When I saw that happen, and when I was asked, I was interviewed after the match, I said it with all sincerity. I mean, from what I've known from Philippine football is, this is the only national side, the first national side since I can remember that had so much quality.
Yeah.
I mean, even looking at the bench, it's like you got a fucking perfect lineup where anybody you put in, the game will still come out the same.
Right.
The same intensity, coordination, and all that. Of course, it's not going to be that easy for the other folks. Don't take it like showbiz when you think that everybody says this, that expect them right away, and then if we lose, hopefully not. Oh no, this is glass. Here, wood. Okay. That, remember, there's another competitor. There's an opponent.
Right. But, I mean, the progress has been spectacular. You've been part of the 2010 team.
Yeah.
From
2010, 2011.
You were part of 2010.
2010.
What is that?
It's a long
So
time.
you're an oldie, man.
Yeah.
But still very young, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, listen, before anybody else, for the single girls, even if you're not single, I don't think it'll make any difference. Manny, how old are you, Manny?
23. Turned 23.
Kiki?
27.
27. But why does Manny look older? Anyway, joke.
No joke.
It's the beard.
And both these guys are from Germany. Manu, you're from, where were you born?
Munich. In Munich.
Munich. And
From Berlin.
Berlin.
Oh man,
Why?
Hitler guy. Joke only. You guys obviously, with their family names, you know that the mothers are pure Filipinas. Do you guys eat? Did your mom have
Always.
they fed you always?
Always.
Adobo and all
Everything,
this?
but I
Not
don't know.
only us. Also friends.
yes.
Neighbors, friends, and
Friends,
yeah.
I didn't
everyone.
realize it's Filipino food because I grew up with this. I thought it's just normal chicken, it's normal, everything is normal. So when the moment I moved to the Philippines and I saw it all again, I was like, oh, I know I did this one. I
You
know
never
this
knew
one.
it was your
No,
mom was
no, I
cooking
have
Filipino
no
dishes.
idea. Everything, this one with the ground beef and the beans, I have no idea. Then adobo, everything was there, and it's like, okay, it's normal cooking.
Didn't you guys ever think about all this patis, calamansi, sile, and all
Yeah,
this, you know?
Calamansi
Asian
is hard to get in Germany.
Oh, that's true.
We
You.
have lime. If we go there, we have lime or
Yeah, lime,
lemon.
but it's different. It's not the same pancit that she makes.
And then
Like
she
different
invites-
spices.
She
yeah.
invites 3 friends, but she cooks for 10 or something.
That's, yeah.
So I'll
That's
be
the Filipino way.
calling my friends and say, hey, if you're hungry, just come over. And
Yeah. That's the Filipino way. Yeah. Did you know that decades ago, the older brother of our president, Nonong Araneta, played in Germany. He from Barota. He followed his wife, who was a nurse, and he ended up playing. I just don't know what division. Tony Boy, Araneta, Tony Boy, Tony. I forgot. They were my teammates also in college. Excuse me, but they were seniors. I was a rookie. Okay, so just to get it straight.
about 100 years.
That was a long time ago.
Shut up! I didn't ask for your comment.
Back in the history books.
But they played, and you know, third, maybe fourth division. But what I love in football-loving countries, I mean, the Philippines, hopefully it'll happen, but I don't think it's going to happen during our lifetime.
It's
Like
I don't know about,
Germany, you
I don't know
know,
about
it's
you.
growing. It's
No,
improving.
the community. What I'm saying is the community, right?
Yeah.
He comes out to go to work. All the kids come out. You know, they know who he is. He's a football player. You know, they know him. They know him there. So the football culture.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I've been dreaming of decades on end.
But man, I mean,
About, you know, having that football culture here in the Philippines. But like I said, it's not going to happen during our lifetime.
well, there's a 40-year gap between you and me, so I don't know.
I didn't also
Maybe,
ask you about the same years, you know, Jim.
maybe I'll get lucky, huh? I don't know.
No, but it will be one day.
It will be. I
Either
mean,
you or your kids.
because 2010, like I was saying, I mean, how
Yeah.
far apart has the
I was there the first time.
the football
And when I
landscape?
see where it was
It's
before
like-
when I first joined and how it is now,
Yeah.
it's a big difference.
What's funny with human nature is there was so much skepticism
Of
when
course.
when when I
Yeah.
started
course.
with Simon
McManamy.
McNamee. Nobody ever gave a shit about, you know, same thing. Oh yeah, let's get Phil foreigners. Remember that they were hitting on Phil and James, Poggy boys. Here again. I'm gonna rant again, man.
Here we go, man. I feel
About
something
this-
building.
About this Jimmy, oh, never mind.
Right, right.
About this other guy, broadcaster, you full of shit. Anyway, you see, it helps in the marketing value. If Phil and James were just pretty boys,
Yeah.
then maybe I'll agree, you know, be a little skeptic. But they're pretty boys who's got talent, and it started there.
Right.
Just for, because remember we always ask about our, I don't even want to call them field foreigners anymore, right? About players for the Azkals. How did you guys hear about the Azkals? Did you, any of you, come out on your own and find out how you joined, or did anybody tell you about it, or what have you?
Yeah.
What did you first keep?
The first time I really recognized, I have to be honest, is 2010. It was the tournament. People got like tension, like saying, "Whoa, the Philippines draws Singapore, Philippines beats Vietnam," and then so I got to my friend actually is a Filipino, and he tried to get like contact with an like scout or something, and so this happened that Coach Weiss went to watch me playing in a local tournament in Germany, and then that's when he invited me. This is how it worked, you know.
And you were how old by that time? You were still what, 20?
22, 23.
22, 23. Okay. And he invited you over.
Yeah, it's a funny story. Like he invited me. Like we had a
Training
football
camp.
camp in Germany.
Okay.
So it was before the Sri Lanka game in the World Cup qualifier. So he said like, yeah, come here. I will take a look how you work with the team, and then
Who facilitated the camp? Weiss or somebody else?
a German contact
Ah,
of
from
Weiss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And then so I went there, full of expectations of hope. So I went there, then totally fit. Go there my first day. We have a training game. I hope to impress. I score a goal in the first 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, first day, ACL, MCL, everything gone. So that was my very first day with Azkals. That was 2012. I actually joined them 2013 for my first game, but 2012 I was there already for the camp. Got a knee injury and was out for 10 months. And then Coach Weiss kept on still asking, gave me good feeling, like how's your knee, and then
Gave you back a confidence.
yeah, eventually brought me back for the June games in 2013. That's when I decided to come over, also play for the league here in the Philippines.
Okay. And you, Manuel?
I was 17 when the scout called me, and I was like,
The scout is what? German?
yeah.
Okay.
He scouted for the Philippines. He tried to help the Philippines growing with football, trying to find player abroad.
Yeah.
So I was sitting in the living room, got a call from a guy who said he was a scout for the Philippine national team. And first I thought like, this guy is joking. I never heard about the Philippine national team. So we talked about it, he showed me some stuff. Then they invited me for a training camp in Manila.
Okay.
So I just joined them. That was the time when Des Bulpin was still there. Even before McManamy. Yeah.
Okay. So you were called earlier than Shrocky.
Yeah, I was.
Wait.
Way early, much earlier than Shrocky, right?
I did my first game in Taiwan.
Okay. So for your fans here, how old were you when you got
17.
17? You were only 17 when you were here.
Yeah.
And
So
when you played your first match with
17.
And Kiki was, what, 24?
24, first game. Man.
So good at mate.
Unbelievable. But
Kali.
now, like I was saying, you guys were like dominating Bahrain, Yemen. That's like a class above what we were competing against in the Suzuki Cup. Back in 2010, it was almost like a desperation mode. It's like defense, and if you get a chance, you push it. The progression from that to what we are now,
It's crazy.
it is pretty crazy. Like, what is the feeling inside the camp when you guys do that? I mean, it must feel strange that you've gone through these styles of play, and the confidence must be sky high.
I mean, the level is so high right now in the team. It's like you can let play anyone. And the guys who are coming in, they bring so much quality from the teams abroad. So it's really fun to play in the team, right? Training is so much fun. It's so much quality. It's so nice. When you just like pop the ball around, everybody's using one touch.
Yeah.
Everybody knows already when he's receiving the ball where the other guy is standing.
And then there's heat in the training. Like sometimes before you used to be like, let's go, we have training, and then it'd be like everybody is slowly, very chill. Now you really have heat. You have like little fights. You have everything you need for football. You know, like to progress. And
it's
then
good. The experienced players, they're always
competition. You very, very competitive.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, because I've seen quite a few. I don't need to watch the whole session for 2 hours or what have you. But there are a lot of times wherein I just finish my training and they have training after mine. What people don't realize is, these guys come from different corners of the globe. But when they get together, it's so fun, different. Wherein they how do you say, gelled right away. You know what I'm saying? You will never notice that we have an Azkal player here who's been with the team years, and here comes a guy a few days, only a week or two. But the way they get together is like they've been together for so long.
Right.
I think this is one aspect why the Azkals are doing pretty well right now, is because they don't only just gel on the field, but outside the field, which is for me more important.
Yeah.
It's like a family. You have a brother, you have as they call it, no? And then for the sexes, like a sister. Balance. We have to be balanced.
Yeah. Gender neutral.
Yeah. They get together. When I see these guys, when they go on training, even before they start training, puts a smile on my face. I just don't show it. But it puts a smile on my face. I don't really show it anymore.
You gotta keep a reputation.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tough guy here. Anyway, but it's nice to see these guys.
Yeah.
Joking around. I mean,
There's a good chemistry. There's a good buzz.
here's this guy who hardly speaks English, another who hardly also speaks English. This guy is German, this guy is Spanish, but they click.
Right.
I mean, it's a funny thing, but that one I've been watching behind. That I've never mentioned. That this is for me first and foremost important thing, wherein players who come from different corners of the globe gel before they even play. Then that's why the quality, it helps there because the confidence among themselves with each other is there. Like the man you just said about the one touch. You know, even if I'm a great player, he's a great player, and we play, the passing, I could make a different pass to him when I cannot play the first touch. Things of that sort. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Or we need the psychologist.
We've got the 12th man coming up in just a little bit. I'm going to need to move on to the match ratings first, so I just want to flash it onto the screen for just a second before we move on to the 12th man.
Here we go.
Just want to rile up
Okay.
Sadelf Tupas. He's earmarked Misa Bahador, and rightly so maybe, with an 8. He's gotten the goal, he's been showing a lot of energy, movement up top. Javi Patino got an 8, as well as Daisuke Sato. And then Manny Ott gets a 7.5. Is that a fair assessment of your game in Yemen, would you say, Manny?
I think it's good. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Decent?
Yeah.
So Neil, Martin, you know, we're moving down. Ian, Jerry, Luke, and Phil, your husband, got a 6.5. Stephen Pala got a 6. And then Patrick Reichelt got a 5.5. Patrick, well, what are your thoughts and stuff?
Yeah, I saw it already. Like I think he basically took also the playing time.
Right.
I think I got 30 minutes compared to the other guys, and then it's okay. Like, it's like
You know, I think for them, it shouldn't, as professionals as they are, I don't think it's gonna. If they have egos,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you will know that their reaction will be different.
And you don't take it too serious.
No.
To be honest, you don't take it. You'll be like,
Because you know yourself.
Yeah, and then
You know yourself as a player.
Yeah.
You know yourself what your worth is.
Yeah.
And what's important is, doesn't matter who rates you. The most important there is
The
number
coach.
one is you, yourself, because that's the only way you're going to improve.
Yeah.
And the coach. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. But Sadelf, it's a good thing you didn't put them at 4 or 3.
No, I was telling Sadelf, like, dude, you got to remove the notion that you're thinking of what they may think of your ratings. I mean, it's not going to help your ratings. You know what I mean? You got to rate it the way you see it, and then just, you know.
Yeah, I don't think the ratings are bad.
Don't worry about it.
It's not that bad. No.
No, I don't think he made a bad job. Like, we can talk about Phil, like, and stuff like. But then I think he did.
But you know one thing, huh? Like I don't know if I mentioned this during the Yemen game, if I mentioned it during my commentaries, that Phil was also a revelation for the last 2 matches.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, from striker for so many years
Yeah.
for the Azkals,
Yeah.
a guy who's a goal scorer, and playing down as a holding. Was he the holding? He was the holding.
Yeah. I was.
No,
yeah,
you were the holding.
I was the holding.
Yeah,
He was-
But you know, I mean, his confidence, that also has something to do with being with Azkals for quite some time, and of course the confidence of the coaching staff to him, where he handled himself pretty well
Good
as a
transition.
midfield. The transition, yeah.
Lucena did well as well as a center back.
Actually, everybody, there was a lot of revelation. Misak, it's just about time.
Yeah.
It's just about time. But Misak, these guys warned me. But one of these days, you're gonna freaking guest here.
Yeah.
But remember, this is our show. We do the talking. You just answer when we ask you. but you know, I just want to tell you guys. I don't know if I mentioned this before in the stadium, but Alaba,
David Alaba.
David.
Alaba. Everybody knows he's Filipino
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah. Austrian, I think.
Like Jerry Cordillera, PBA basketball player legend here in the Philippines. The Masters, the how'd you call it?
Legends.
The legends.
Yeah.
They go around the globe to play basketball for the Filipino communities all over the
World.
globe, no? They were supposed to have a match in Belgium, and he told me, the reason why I know Jerry is also, I've known him since he was playing in the PBA, and he had a daughter studying in La Salle. He came up to me and said that there was a lady that came up, approached him, asking how, because her son wanted to help Philippine football and maybe get some Filipino who born in Belgium. In Belgium?
Yeah.
Austria, Belgium.
No, I think he's Austrian.
He's Austrian.
Austria.
He's Austrian.
Oh, they were in Belgium. They were in Belgium.
His dad is Nigerian.
Yeah.
His mom is Filipina,
Yeah.
but he's born in Austria.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if never mind. That's not abroad. In Europe, when they came up, I'm still waiting for that. You know, if Jerry, you're watching, if you can still get in touch with the mom. And I asked who was the lady, and he said something like, "Oh, yung anak niya naglalaro sa first division sa Europe, sa Germany."
So it's Alaba's mom.
I said, "Who?" And he said Aldaba. He said Aldaba. He said something like that. Alaba, dark guy. Oh, yun. So I said, really? So, the mere fact that a superstar, world-class superstar, half Filipino, I hate that word actually, but just for the show's sake, to try to get in touch with the Philippines, with the PFF and all that, I was willing to be the contact, if we get them on the contact, I'd give them to Dan Palami and let him do the rest.
Yeah, man, but we're on the map then, huh? We're on the radar with those
Exactly.
people as well.
I mean, there are a lot of people now who know about Philippine football. What's sickening here is every week, like I told you, for the past 4 years, every week I have emails from agents, players, doctors, coaches, whatever, from all over the world now, wanting to get in.
I know.
Okay, to the Philippine football scene. So, just to let people know, Philippine football is, how would you say, it's already, not just flourishing, it's obvious it's flourishing, but it's not just here in the Philippines alone. A lot of, let's say, other countries in Europe, Asia, they all know about this, and there are a lot of players who want to come out to the Philippines. And hopefully in the next few years, we'll see players getting more than 6-digit salaries and all that.
Nice.
We've got more stadiums,
Yeah, that would be nice.
I was actually gonna get to the 12th man in just a little bit, but I wanted to ask you guys before I do that. Obviously, when you're talking about getting foreign talent to come out over here to the Philippines, you guys are some like the first generation of people to do that, to migrate over from your country, living in Germany, to move over here. And you guys are in an interesting setup as well, because you guys are part of Ceres. You're the only club that goes back and forth to Manila to compete, and you guys live in housing together. You guys are a real tight knit team. What's that like? Well, what's the experience like migrating from somewhere that you're familiar with and moving over here to the Philippines and housing
then getting
together?
to the Filipino traditions and customs, how they
and plus being in Bacolod, there's just a different experience from what everybody else is experiencing.
I think being raised in Germany, like for him and me, you always feel foreign. You feel not German. You feel because like you have your Filipina mom. She raised you Filipina a bit, and then you're coming over to the Philippines and you feel again foreign. Like and then so it took a while to get familiar with everything, with the mentality, and you have to adjust. And then now after a few years, you'll be like, definitely right decision. If you have people around making everything easy for you, and then
You're trying to say, Kiki, that you were born there, but as you grew up, you didn't feel you were German?
No, you feel German, but you feel foreign still. You feel foreign.
You feel like a foreigner?
Yeah,
still?
you feel, in Germany you feel foreign. Yeah,
Really?
You're coming over, you feel foreign again. So there's no.
That was always always like this.
I was born Indonesian. When I came to the Philippines, I didn't care. I'm more Filipino than a lot of Filipinos.
No, it's like friends making jokes, and you've been around.
Okay.
You've been like Sunday church. You go Filipino community. Your mom brings you. You're grown up with Filipino kids because your mom has Filipino friends. So you feel like, okay, I'm German. I have my German friends, but there's also like you.
But people like us. Sorry, you're not in the. People like us we have the best of both worlds. That's how I approach it. I have my Indonesian and Dutch background. I'm Filipino. Okay, I've lived here. That's why I'm waiting for my Philippine citizenship. By Senator Pia and Senator Alan,
Living here for
Congressman.
so long.
Too long. And that's how I look at it. You strike anywhere. We can be German, we can be European, we can be Asian. So we've got best of both worlds. If people, that's how I shut up other people. That's how I shut up other people in. But nobody comes up to me that I don't know, says things to me. It's all usually friends, but I shut them up right away. I said, you're just one blood, big boy. I've got a lot of blood. I don't consider myself chop suey or mixed blood. Just a term, just to identify. That's it.
Yeah.
But I have my Dutch background. I have my Indonesian background. Now I have my Filipino background. What do you have? And I say, what do you have? That's how I look at it. Just being positive. But it's a great thing.
But the transition has been good in the last couple of years. You said
You had no problems here.
No.
Except for that feeling that you were,
No, I mean the Filipino community is so nice living here. the people are so friendly, so open. You can joke with everyone,
Yeah.
and I mean it's easy to just come over and
The language makes it easy
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the
everybody
integration,
knows how
like
to speak
English.
The Filipinos, there are a lot of jokers here. Just look at the government. Look at the laws now. Anyway, yeah, but you know what? It was when they were hitting on it on the field for a few years back. You know, a lot of us
Yeah, that was hard.
were hoping that there will be more, because that's going to only help the Filipino kids.
Yeah.
The kids, I'm talking about the kids, because when you know, during our games, not just your games as the Azkals, but in the UFL as well, you got different fan bases, and they're what sometimes, especially if it's a boring game, I don't watch the game, I watch the kids. I don't need to watch the girls, because the
Right.
girls, I already know how they react to the handsome young fellas here. Okay, but you know, when you watch the kids, you see some kids who really, you know, if this kid plays football or not.
Right.
Because the way they look, you know, very intense on how did Manny Ott do this? How did Reichelt do this? You know, things like that.
Yeah.
And for sure, once they get home, they will try that out.
Yeah. Getting
That is
inspiration.
good. That is good for our development here, for the players' progress, you know, young ones. That's why we've always said it on hands-on. To all the coaches, trainers, and this, no matter how old or young you are, what you need to do is important is make sure that the kids continue to be enthusiastic about the sport and let them learn. Never stop them, especially the parents, even for the girls. Because some, you know, don't want the girls to be playing because, you know, things like this. There's actually a school here that stopped all the sporting. Really,
I like how you start from one place and then end up over here.
of course.
12th man coming up. We're giving away balls, bags, and shirts today, because courtesy of Adidas.
Yes.
Well done. Thank you guys so much. And we've got a whole bunch of questions for you guys, so we're going to quick fire through them. A lot of people have been sending in their responses over Twitter and on Facebook. We appreciate you guys getting in touch. Always great to
We
hear
had so
your
many
thoughts.
questions with these guys.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen too much to the
Nakahabol pa nga si Ryan Ryan Phoenix, if you're watching.
Meron
Hello. There's quite a few questions as well, so we're
Okay.
going to get to them right now. Let's start with Cram Perez. What are your thoughts on the move of Adidas retiring the old boot lines and replacing them with Aces and X's? We'll start with Manny.
I think they tried some new things. We will see if it's working out or not. So it's kind of, some people are saying it's bad, some people are saying it's good. So we will see how it's going.
What about you, Patrick?
I think it's definitely a risky thing to do with the football market now, like the football shoe market, like Nike bringing 5 different kind of shoes, like for every people, for every person, and then you just basically go from 4 or 5 Adidas set to 2 shoes. You can choose, and then you have to see like the next. I think Adidas will make reactions if ever it won't work, but you have to see. Like it's risky.
I think
but-
it'll be by the end of the year where you can see
Yeah.
if there's anything
Right.
with it.
You guys have tried both boots, yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's not do that one from Ivan. Ivan, appreciate the question. We've already asked them which one they preferred. Here, this one's from Isabel Villaflor. What is your reaction when people say this is the best Azkals squad ever assembled?
I mean, it's a nice feeling when people say this, but I think we still need to improve, getting more confident, working especially for the next game. It's a crucial game. We're playing about the top draw of the group, and then we will see how far it's going. We have a goal going through the group stage. Qualifying for the Asian Cup was a big goal already, and then we will see.
And like Manu just said, top draw. Who lost already?
Yeah.
Who has one loss? So it's.
I mean, everything is possible. We
Yeah.
saw Guam and the other groups
Yes.
had 2 wins, what never someone expected. So, everything's possible.
Singapore drew Japan, so things are getting crazy. What about you, Patrick?
Yeah, it makes you feel proud hearing these things. You being part of the best squad. Then at the other side, Rob Gear was questioned the same thing, and then he answered good with saying like, should not forget the other players in the past, like which built
Who
everything
started,
up to
yes.
this point, you know. And then, so if you're saying the best squad, maybe you have to say like, okay, best squad possible right now, and then feel that there are a lot of players who had like some really good contribution for everything. So
Yeah.
definitely on paper, the best squad ever. Yeah.
You would think that these guys, that Dan Palami would give these guys a lecture on how to answer. It's so freaking politically correct.
It's very prim and proper.
Yeah. Shit, it's not like them.
They're
Especially this guy here.
finally holding professionals, these young men.
I'm sweating already. After when my,
Hey, folks,
He's just reading. He's
don't think that these guys. Fact check here. This is what you see, is what you get. The other one? Oh man.
fake.
Far from what you're seeing right now. Ibumbukin ko talaga to.
professional, right?
This is for Manny. You've been with the Azkals since 2010, actually.
Yeah.
How hard is it being so close every time to win but fall short? I guess this is like a sentiment.
That's
that
like
lot will carry.
yeah, it's a hard, tough question. I mean, you put so much work all the time. You're working your ass off with the team. You have so much preparation before, and the last few tournaments we were so close getting something, but always like there was this one little thing missing. What's really tough for a player when you work so many.
Yeah.
I think for the
Frustrating.
Suzuki Cup, when I can say for the Suzuki Cup, we were like 1.5 months with the team, traveling all those countries, going to the semi-final. Did a good game against Thailand here. Could have won maybe 1-0. Traveling to Thailand where it was a tough game where we lost 3-0. But I mean, it's so hard. That's why we're working right now so hard to achieve this goal right now for the World Cup qualifiers. I mean, we had a good start, and I think everybody's working their ass off to get at least something out of this this time.
All right. Jerome, what are your favorite football clubs in Europe? And if you're a manager at a club, would you consider Messi or Ronaldo? How old are you, Jerome? I like your question. Let's start with Patrick. Favorite football club in Europe?
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah. But,
And if you're a manager, is it Messi or Ronaldo?
No word, they don't watch this one.
nah, hard. No, I go for Messi.
Messi.
I would choose Messi for my team. It's not bad to have both, but then Messi, like, I think
Right.
he's the best player in all time for me.
All time. Manny?
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Yeah,
Bayern Munich.
Bayern
and
Munich,
Messi.
and I was born in Munich, so I was raised with Bayern, watching the games and everything.
Do you know that I took my first FIFA Youth Academy with one of the greatest German coaches? Can you guess? He's a small guy.
Very folks.
He made Beckenbauer, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Would you know? He came over here, and I took that course with him.
I think I know.
For a time.
I don't know if he's still alive, but because when he came over, he was what? He was already 62, 64.
Oh,
He was with national team, right?
He did also handle.
I forgot the name.
Bayern Munich. He's got pictures. We got an almanac of my friend who was coaching also Chris Monfort. He was there in the balcony when Bayern won it, the Bundesliga, with all the thousands of fans around in the balcony. You know, he was there.
Name.
That's you
That
for.
Yeah.
Mark Kramer. That Mark Kramer.
Detmar Kema.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Heard about the name.
Yeah, I heard about
but
that. Was like
you ask
way
me now
before.
where
I
was-
wasn't born yet.
I think.
I was only about 14 when I took that course, actually. No.
Yeah.
But like YTV. everything.
That
That was way before.
way before you were born.
That's before your parents
Maybe
met
your
each
parents
other.
didn't even know each other. Let's leave it at that, man. Okay, sorry, I took you out of the show.
What would you be doing if you weren't a football player? This was from Rand Perez. What other
Let's
professions
ask Patrick. With money, I know.
or career plans?
Me, you know.
It's gonna be a porno king.
That's hard.
What
That's
other
hard.
professional career plans would you guys have?
Yeah.
Well, let's start with Manny. If you weren't a football
If I
player,
weren't?
yeah,
I always wanted to be a pilot.
a pilot.
Yeah. I like traveling.
Yeah.
And I love flying before, but now with all the traveling with national team, especially with Ceres
You
going,
regret that.
I regret flying. No, but honestly, I mean, as a pilot, you travel. I like
Yeah,
traveling, seeing all those countries. That's why the trips with national team are so much fun. You always go different countries,
Yeah.
see different lifestyles.
Different cultures.
Yeah, different
You learn
cultures.
quite a few things.
Yeah.
And you, Patrick?
I was always a bit like never found my road. I don't know, like I always thought me seeing as a policeman or something where you just don't have this line, you know, you always have something different every day you wake up.
right.
So
Alright.
I thought about police. I thought about like it's a good job in Germany and everything. And
Yeah,
then
not
also-
here, bro.
Yeah, no. Depends what you get under the table. but-
Exactly.
No. But in Germany, it's a really well respected thing.
Yeah.
And then I really needed something. Like I cannot have the same. You wake up every day in the office having the same 8
Yeah,
hours.
That's why we are where we are. Because we have the same way of thinking. You wouldn't guess what I wanted to be. You wouldn't guess what I wanted to be.
No, there's no chance.
What is it? What's it?
Well, yeah, what is
Rockstar.
it?
Huh?
What?
Rockstar.
Rockstar?
I used to
Fuck,
sing.
I can see,
Thanks,
man.
yeah, because of the hair, tattoo.
Now you tell me, I can definitely.
I used to have a band. I used to sing. I could sing Led Zepp, Badfinger, and all this, but never mind.
Ooh, we gotta sample this.
But because of coaching,
Hey.
lost it.
Who is the toughest opponent you have faced in the UFL, or who is the player in the league they look up to?
Player,
This is for,
player.
Yeah, this is from Chris. Hey, Chris, off of Twitter. Thank you. Okay. Toughest opponent, Manny.
I mean, I think everyone is tough. Even you play against these weaker teams because they might defend well and look for a counter, so they sit in front of the box, so it's even hard to play against them. But I mean, it's always nicer to play against the top teams. There's like this rivalry,
Yeah.
like this special heat, so it's kind of fun playing against Global, Loyola, Kaya,
Any
Stallion.
specific players
Yeah.
in particular that you find tougher or the toughest?
I think Arab,
Who's
Misa.
that? Misa.
Yeah.
It's called
Because
what?
this guy is one of the luckiest guys I ever saw in my life. He's like, I don't know how he's doing this, but he loses the ball, but somehow the ball continues getting back in his feet.
Technique. He has his own technique.
And nobody knows how he.
There's only one word for that.
Yeah.
Persistence.
No, but he's
You never know
Worker,
what you get.
yeah.
Yeah, you never know what you get. He can be like
and he's like
off, but then he can. Be
That's a good thing about Misa. He's like running,
Yes.
always looking like for that fighting
Yeah.
spirit. He
Yes.
don't back up for 90 minutes. So that's what you can say.
It's like a ball that you blindfold.
A ball that you blindfold.
A ball has no eyes.
Right.
Blindfold it.
You're just gonna run around.
More that just roll it. It's gonna go and bounce anywhere, right?
Right.
That's Misa. That's what I see.
No, it's Misa and Phil. Misa and Phil, yeah.
Phil.
Yeah.
What about you, Patrick?
toughest opponent. I don't know. You always have the same opponents, like, and then it's always like you have Loyola, Kaya, Global, and games. Now we had a really hard time to be on the last two games. Archers is going there somewhere, how, and then hopefully it gets a bit more teams now. The competition gets more, and then I go for Phil for the toughest player, hardest player. Like he can make a difference for his whole team. Like if you look at Loyola, he's not there, they can be completely off, and he'd be there, he'd be deciding games. For me, Phil is the main player, still in this like.
Just to be different, I don't know if there's any question like that, but to you guys, who do you think? Just give us one player. You already mentioned Phil, that can make a difference for his club. Phil definitely would be one of them.
Difference makers.
Difference.
Yeah, just one single player who can make a big difference for the team.
I think it would be only Phil. If
Phil.
I would think
If you
about
look-
right now,
yeah.
who really can make the
Yes.
difference, would be Phil. He's a
So you look at the
good
team, Loyola.
He can carry a team, and with his qualities especially, he can score from everywhere. He can look for the passes, and
Yeah, because like remember we've been saying when it's still one of our first season, people were wondering. So I tell the young players about Phil. I said, "It's very important. The coaches continue stressing first touch.
Yeah.
You cannot be a Phil young husband without that first touch. You know, it's very difficult to score a goal when you don't have the ball.
Yeah.
You know, it's so hard to dribble the ball when you don't have the ball. You know, it's passed to you and your touch goes to the opponent. That was first thing I noticed with Phil is
The quality of his first
the quality
touch.
of his first touch. The first time I saw him play here, but Azkals, I said that is the first thing that how do you say gave me that special impression of Phil, his first touch, and with James is his crosses. I always tell all my players who are watching the games,
Right.
with Azkals, that is a cross. They're saying, "What cross, coach?" That cross. What's the difference between the crosses that you all see here and the cross that you make, and what James and husband's doing?
Yeah.
Real high, really high, and curving outside, going in, going outside, coming out to where players just easily come out and just take it.
Yeah.
So, you know, because our crosses here sometimes is too low, that can be picked out. So
Yeah.
the crosses, I mean, that's just one aspect. Anyway, let's move on.
Kevin Estrada, any wackiest thing you do during training or in the national team or in Ceres?
Any wackiest
Particular
thing
things that you guys do, I guess, in training?
with
What's
Manny Ott,
wacky?
it's
What's
just
wackiest?
crazy.
We have a tradition when somebody in Ceres, that's when somebody
Yeah.
has birthday, so we're making a row where the birthday boy has to go through, and then you be like hitting and Gatorade over your head,
Injury
and
run.
then you have to go 3 rounds.
Injury
like
run.
slap. Yeah, injury run.
Okay, will you guess where that Coach Ali got that?
From you?
I guess
He
it's,
had to do that too. Every single year since he was what, 13 for
yeah. Then that's funny. Like I just
in general, you call it Indian run.
Indian run. Okay, I had
Nah.
it last.
I still do it.
2 weeks ago and stuff.
In national team also with singing for the new guys.
Oh, is there?
So they had to perform a song. We did this now with the new guys, Ian, Luke, Kevin, Stefan.
What did they sing?
They were so bad, the songs you don't even want to know.
What did you guys sing? Your day?
No.
It's just started.
Yeah, it just started. We just told them that we did it before,
Because we
so
have, like, a lot of
but they didn't know,
players, so it
so
was
you don't tell them that we
Right.
just made it up.
A tradition has started.
Just
Nice,
started,
well
yeah.
done. Let's get over to Jay. Question for both Ott and Reichelt. As regulars for the Philippine team, what keeps you motivated to stay on top of your game? There are some up-and-coming young guys trying to break through the national team that keep you on your toes, right? That's what he's asking. Jay Castrodes, that was his question. Yeah, so how do you keep motivated, being as you've been part of the team for quite some time now?
I mean, football is so much fun. I just want to be with the team, so I guess you have to work. And now, especially with that quality, you need to work on yourself to improve. If you're not improving, you're not going to be part anymore of the
Yeah,
team.
and it's national team, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like motivation enough.
Yeah, I
it's
think
the
that's-
national team. You'll be like every call up. It's not. You don't take it for granted. You know, every call up, even you be there now, 3, 4 people, 6, 7 years and everything. Every call up, you'll be like, whew. You'll be happy. You'll be proud.
Right,
It's
right.
the national team.
So
man.
nice.
Awesome. JP's Azaret Noti. Awesome name. Well done. What makes you guys both decide to come here and play in the Philippines instead of trying your luck abroad? What makes you guys want to play here?
In Philippines?
Yeah.
I mean, like first you came over, or for Manu even earlier, it was
Yeah, I
national
was
team,
with
all
national
about the
team.
national team, and then that when I came over, it was about the national team. I wanted to go get into the national team, and then now like the league really has like structure. The league is there, like you be, and then that's why you get players over like Manu, you know, who decides like we wouldn't, or the league would never get him in 2 years ago or something. It's just them showing him there is something, and then there's always like you always have your own way. Like I was injured 10 months. I really did to be honest, it was like an last option way. Like you'd be let's give it a try. Like Coach Weiss was pushing and saying like take a look. I was 10 months out. I said like what else? Like I'm out of contract right now. Let's give it a try. And then if not, you go 3 months later. You go back end of the season. Try it again in Germany, but just give it a try, and it worked. Like best
That's what
thing.
the saying goes, right? If one door is closed, the window opens.
Yeah, you look at this point, you see like, fuck, the worst injury I had in my life, and then in the next 1 year later, 2 years later, you think like, what's the best thing you will never end up here, not having this injury. You might be there in Germany, but then now you have your double citizenship, you have everything in Philippines, you play for the national team. It's nice.
The opportunities just come knocking.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with my team in Germany before get called up from the national team. They didn't allow me because it was especially a lot of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it's hard to release a guy who is getting the money from the club in Germany. He's away for almost a month,
And
coming back.
Philippines
maybe
first. His time still that was. Were you playing for?
Starting.
To be honest, like they wouldn't know, like, and then they think he wants
So-
vacation. It's like Philippines way. Let me go to Philippines and I see
there
beach.
was a time where it wasn't that known. Even after Shoki joined, then even the German football started like, oh, okay, it's getting, like, it's professional. It's not like they're just going there for fun. And even now with the success and everything, I think football is getting integrated by the other countries. And that was a big thing with national team. So I wanted to be closer with the national team, and I think that the opportunity with Ceres was good. The whole package was there, and I knew a lot of guys there with Kiki and the rest of, and I think.
So you guys knew each other even before Azkals?
No,
we met
you met here.
when
The
he
training
came
camp.
first. Yeah, in the training camp. That was the
when
first
we first
time.
also met. Like,
Okay.
also through Azkals.
Okay. It's okay.
All right, the 12th man's gonna continue. I gotta get out of here, boys. So I apologize for that.
Here he is again.
I got another
Yes, we are alone
engagement.
again,
It's a busy time in my life, you know. But Manny, appreciate it.
Needs to
Thank
make
you.
money.
All right, Chick, appreciate it, man. Pleasure
Thank you,
meeting you guys. Coach Hans is gonna continue to the 12th man, so I'm gonna hand this over to you. It goes like this, and then you swipe it, and then
Is this what you call the
it's very
iPad?
simple. All right, so peace, guys. We're gonna cut for a quick break, and we'll be right back with more of your questions on the 12th man. And randomly, there will be chosen which questions will be winning bags, balls, and shirts. Our producer Ange will be getting in
Before
touch
you go,
with
tell
guys
him who's gonna
on
win.
social
Who's gonna
media.
win?
They're gonna do it randomly. So Ange will get in touch with you on whichever social media medium you use to get in touch with us. So whether that be Facebook or Twitter or whatever it may be, Ange will get in touch with you. And congratulations in advance to the person who wins some Adidas goodies.
Be nice to Jing and I.
yeah. You guys, we're gonna rig it later on. All right. See you guys. Peace. So quick commercial break, and you'll be back with Coach Hans and the two lovely gentlemen over here. All right.
Lovely.
Hi. They say nothing in this world is free, and for the most part, that's true. But here at NMF Network, all shows are indeed 100% free. And as an added feature, you have the option to subscribe to all your favorite programs, also at no charge. Why should you subscribe? By subscribing, you no longer have the hassle of delays when you stream the program. You also don't need to keep checking our site to see if your favorite programs are up, because they'll automatically be uploaded to your device as soon as it's available. Here's how to do it. First, open iTunes. Your next step, hit the iTunes Store button. A search bar should open up as soon as you do that. Type New Media Factory in the search bar, and all your shows should open. Pick the show you like, or all the shows you like. And once that opens, hit the subscribe button. And that's it, you're in. All shows will now be automatically downloaded to your device.
1, 2.
Naliligo na naman si Ellen?
Kanina pa. Machong Chismisan sa nmftv.com.
Hi. They say nothing in this world is free, and for the most part, that's true. But here at NMF Network, all shows are indeed 100% free. And as an added feature, you have the option to subscribe to all your favorite programs, also at no charge. Why should you subscribe? By subscribing, you no longer have the hassle of delays when you stream the program. You also don't need to keep checking our site to see if your favorite programs are up, because they'll automatically be uploaded to your device as soon as it's available. Here's how to do it. First, open iTunes. Your next step, hit the iTunes Store button. A search bar should open up as soon as you do that. Type New Media Factory in the search bar, and all your shows should open. Pick the show you like, or all the shows you like. And once that opens, hit the subscribe button. And that's it. You're in. All shows will now be automatically downloaded to your device.
Naliligo na naman si Ellen?
Kanina pa. Machong Chismisan sa NMFTV.com.
Tell me, what is football for you?
Wow. Football, that's my livelihood. That's my life. My life revolves around sport. That's it. I mean, everything is there. It's not football, it's nothing else.
Welcome back. So we were talking about some things about the peculiar nickname of Patrick Reichelt, but we will not get there.
Not too close into it, like.
All right, we're gonna go. Can you go back to the 12th man, because Jing left me an iPad with the questions that had no more battery. Thank you very much, Jing. So. Well, before the first question comes out, what you say? Particular personality or characteristic that you guys had that you didn't know was Filipino? Did you find out when you got here? Was there any?
Nah, the mouth thing, like now you see it everywhere, but I didn't see it in the Philippines. But like
Yeah.
like you'd be like,
Yeah. Okay.
or like,
No.
Only in the Philippines.
Yeah,
like,
and the one when you're in the restaurant, like this, just calling someone. I never called someone before, but
Yeah.
now
or
it's
like
like
when somebody says siguro, then we try to explain you the way to go, and then you'd be like, okay, like he does not know shit, like he
All right. Going back to the 12th man, here's a question from Ryan for Patrick and Manny. What made them decide to make the move to Bacolod and Ceres, of course, especially when they had potential suitors abroad? Suitors, Ryan? Okay, we know about suitors, meaning clubs, not girls. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's for another show. I'll ask Mo Twister to guest you guys, and So.
I think I was the first one to sign for Ceres, like after from national team players, and then I was playing in Thailand. I was doing good. I was like I had some opportunities still there, and I went back. So my team and me, we get different ways, and I was still in talk with other teams. But I came home from Christmas holiday to Philippines, and then was just here keeping fit. I still trained with Global, like I asked Palami if I can stay fit, everything. So until my agent clears the things in Thailand. So then I think Jeffrey Christians came to me and said like, well, can you sit down with Ceres? Like they're looking for players. Like, and I said like, oh, I'll sit down, no problem. Like I never seriously took it. So then Ali and me, we sit down and we just talked. It was a good talk. And then of course you talk about numbers, you talk about like the future, what is the goal of Ceres, and then like it was very impressive. Ali goes and then like saying like what for the facilities, they just recently won the cup, then they just when they go up, and then they have plans bringing players in, and then everything sounded very, very interesting. So I had some days thinking, and then I decided to go. Like I went to Ceres.
And the rest?
There was nobody there yet. There was like, I think it was Joshua Beloya still. It was like all the locals, like Panay, Cordova.
Yeah.
All the locals were there, and then.
And like the saying goes, and history goes as well, same way. And then you, Manny, what?
I mean, I had contact during that time because I wanted to go abroad, right? Getting closer to the national team. So I was texting that time with Kiki, and he was telling me about Ceres because I was thinking about going somewhere else in different teams in Philippines.
Right.
But then Ali, Kiki, they tried to convince me, and this talk what we had was like really good. They had I felt like they had a plan, the whole setup with everything. It looked and sounded professional. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try. And I came over. It was like it's like super like a family stuff. It's professional. They have their own field, Bacolod, so many fields where we can train. We can choose our time. It's hard here in Manila. Like today we train 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. All the teams are sharing a field. And there we can choose our own training. We can train twice a day. And then, everything. The players we have right there, right now, is good. The level is high. We have good foreign players. We have good Filipino players. All the mix together is good.
So far, no regrets.
No.
No
For
regrets.
transferring to Ceres.
No, until now.
Yeah, that says a lot really for management.
You've been skeptical the moment you do it and you move over and then you have your second thoughts and but they're gone in a week. Like you'd be like,
And it's also hard.
really
You
work
think
out.
like, oh, I'm going to a province, right? Because all the clubs are here in Manila. We're like the only team who's.
And the only thing you guys knew about Bacolod is when you went to play. At Stadium. At Stadium and hotel and that's it.
then
Huh?
chicken. I knew about the chicken.
Salle. Yeah. And next question, please. Kevin. Oh, Kevin, for me, for Coach Hans, the fans are waiting for your signature swearing when you cover Yemen versus Philippines, either on Facebook or on Twitter. Might also ask him how he became cool as cucumber during the match. Well, Kevin, it's simple. You know, I just don't coach anymore. So you wear different hats. You know, you need to wear different hats, and you need to wear the right hat for every different occasion or whatever situation. I don't think it's going to be fair for the networks also for me to be me in front of hundreds of thousands or whatever, you know, watching the telecast.
It's better.
It's better for me to be a little bit more. I am very different
Little more.
little only. Well, these guys know because in the UFL they don't see me in the bench, but they hear me from.
And hear
From
him.
the stand.
It's more about the hear him than the see
All
him.
the La Salle player.
Yeah, I know. It's just
Very.
cool as a cucumber.
I can feel you.
This is the first time. This is the first time I'm. Thank you. It's a compliment for me, Kevin, saying I was cool as a cucumber. No, but that also goes with age. I mean, I'm a little bit more experienced now, but of course, I want to be me when I do commentaries for the Azkals. But it just so happens you need to be professional also. So, like I said, you have to wear different hats. Swearing is not really a thing for in sports world, you know. On the pitch, you'll hear a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's no such animal where in any sport that you don't hear swear. But, you know, for TV and all that, nah, I don't think so. For this show, no problem. We're not covered by the MTRCB yet. But thanks for the question. Moving on. Another from Ryan. What do they think is needed for football to go even more mainstream in the country? You guys mentioned it a while ago. You can maybe reiterate and say what you know?
I mean, they have a league now who's already integrated in the community a bit. But the big issue is now young talents going up, especially for national team or going into the league. They need like a youth development where kids can grow up with a serious team, having facilities and stuff. So it's nice to see that there's so much talented kids outside. When I'm going Bacolod or Manila, seeing the kids playing on the streets, just kicking a ball. It's not hard to play soccer, and it's nice to see that more and more kids are just kicking the ball. I mean, it's fun. Just you don't need a location. You just wear slippers, barefoot, anything. Just kick the ball around with your friends. But it's most important that the kids get some treatment, like some teams.
Organized.
Yeah.
Or good opportunity to train, to
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Agree.
I think
Yeah, because the kids, they need to know that there's an opportunity with football.
Exactly.
You can have a better life. And
Yep.
that's what for me is also very impressive. Of course, I have to say, but it's very impressive to Bacolod. You think it's, let's say they have a lot of like kids, really local kids having the opportunity to train proper with coaching and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about like the overpriced. There's some overpriced clinics here in the Manila.
Oh yeah.
For like where people
For
can.
some it's a business.
Yeah. Let's call it business more than it's than a
development.
grassroots. Yeah. Then we see you go to Bacolod, they be like taking care of hundreds of kids.
Yeah.
They train for free. They like it's. And then there's this. Just a month, 2 months ago. There's this Ceres Cup. First time I'm seeing this live. Like people coming from
was
every
more than
island,
400 teams.
And that's what we need more. I think it's not only Bacolod. Like we should have this one also in Manila more. And I think it's coming. People like giving more opportunities. Then I think the national team will do a lot with us. Let's say we qualify. I think we'll do a lot to the Philippine football for the attention in the country and for kids maybe being inspired to play football. But then also the league, we have the league, and then there's plans. I see they want to bring in the national league, so you have like provincial clubs joining. Then you have this foreign, like we have to say it clear. There's still like a lot of foreigners playing, and then so Filipinos getting no chances. Because the level isn't there yet, to be honest. So, but then if we have the foreigner rule, and then we like fielding 3 foreigners, Filipinos will get chances, confidence, and have it easier to develop. Now you sometimes have like a foreigner in front of you where you're just not good enough, and then so you don't have the chance to develop. You never know if this talent can maybe be in 5 years a big player for the national team because he had a foreigner in front of him. So the national league, I think, is a big step. Plus the grassroots and the national team.
You know, I'd just like to add also to the kids from Negros Occidental. Grab the opportunity now while the Jansson brothers are around. I've been telling Ricky Jansson, older brother of Leo Ray, years ago, why not run for the presidency of the NOFA, the Negros Occidental Football Association. I'm very happy that he has decided now to do it. And for Leo Ray, where young people like these 2 brothers, you know, the talent in Negros has been there since way back, right? But it's more organized now because of these 2 guys. You know, they're not just simple businessmen. They're giving back to the sport that they used to play.
No, they're football addicted, and
they're football addicts. Yes, that's quite true. Take the chance now. Like I've said also before, I'd like to see the different provincials, different regions where have people like the Jansson brothers that, you know, they shell out quite a big sum of their own personal funds just for football. We don't see that much.
Yeah, it's definitely not a business. It's more about passion.
It's just a passion for them. Yes, exactly. They start from small beginnings when they just put up the Ceres Cup before, just all the former players in Negros, you know, mostly from USLS, University of St. LaSalle. And then I'm very proud to say that both brothers are LaSalle products. I just want to put a challenge to the other people, you know, from different educational backgrounds. If you have it, bring it out and keep on sharing because there are thousands and thousands of kids. You know, I'm very happy to say also that we've got some people, individuals like Bob Guerrero, Roy Moore, some other people, Peter Amores, you know, things like this, who do football programs for the poor, for the less fortunate people, which is very good. And there's this Gawad Kalinga, I think that Kaya is supporting, you know, Archers, we support the Muntinlupa United, you know, these are kids of prisoners and kids of the prison guards and all this, who have nothing, but, you know, Archers are supporting these kids also, the program, which is run by a woman. You know, a lot of this happened, and then that's what I want to do. You know, besides helping my later years, instead of just helping also women's football and girls football in the Philippines. So I need to push for that also, because boys, men's football is right there. For the women, nothing. But I also want to do, you know, help out clinics for this poor. You know, like you said, you want to travel. One of my ambitions before is to be a professional tourist. You know, no work, just travel.
No, but I think the main thing is just like that they shouldn't see football as business. They should give the kids the opportunity. You don't need you don't need something for playing football. You just need a ball and your feet.
Yep.
And fun.
Yep.
Without fun, you cannot play football.
Exactly. I mean, there will always be capitalists. Everywhere.
But there are so many talented kids out there in the Philippines.
And it's easy, let's say, compared to basketball, you know, basketball is a great sport, it's big in the Philippines, but then not everybody can play basketball. Like, sooner or later you'll be limited in height, so you'll be limited in skill.
Can be 6'5".
But football, everybody can just go like on, like, just behind your, like, in your backyard and put the ball. We played football in the street with a can. We just put a broken can just for fun, and like we kick can. You know, like you don't need a basket. You don't need. You put your own goals. Like you put here a cone,
put
here
shoes,
a cone, your backpack,
shoes,
here one backpack. Here, so like football, you can play. That's why sooner or later it is the greatest sport. Like, and it will be the biggest sport in the Philippines. I think, not in your life, but in next life.
You had to mention that. These guys, I'm so nice to my guests. Anyway. We have one more question from ESS. Thai coach Kai Tisok said last year the Azkals have good technique, but the Thais know how to play us. How can we beat Thailand?
I mean, the Thailand league is one of the best right now in Asia. I think we cannot compare this right now with our league. But since the last victories with national team and with that team we have right now, there was that friendly game they wanted to play or something.
Yes.
Rumors.
Supposed to play against Thailand.
Rumors going around. So.
But they don't want to travel.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see now how that game would end, but there's still a long way if you compare the leagues and how the football is integrated into Thailand to the Philippines. So we're not on the same level. Maybe with the national team, but still Thailand is a bit ahead of us.
And they have this whole thing, gold generation going on right now. I think Thailand really is a team to watch now, like not in Southeast Asia, in Asia.
Yeah.
If you think about the Asia Cup, you play teams like Bahrain, UAE and everything doing really well and stuff, going to UAE to the semis. I think Thailand can be there. Like, I really don't want to put down the loss against Thailand that we could beat. Then we definitely have a chance with the squad now. We have a chance, but Thailand is
you know what I've noticed in Thailand ever since way back. Kai Tisok, I used to coach
Tico
in the national team. There was no name for national team, but when I used to coach the national team, Kai Tisok was a player, and I think it was the first Thai player who went to, I think, in Holland, the Netherlands. He was, there's chismis there that the prince of Thailand wanted to do without him because he was more famous than him. Okay, Kai Tisok was considered a god.
Yes, I lived in Thailand. If you go, he cannot go over the street. They call him Tico, and then like he's a real legend there.
And he's a nice fellow. You know, I got to talk to him when he came over when he played us. You know, I was fooling around with him because they were training after my training, so I fooled around with him. We were just joking around, you know, because I'm never a serious guy anyway. You can never talk to me seriously. That's why I just shout jokes. All right. Anyway, you know, it's been again kulang ang oras natin. Okay, na we have to wrap it up again. You know, that's why hopefully we can get more sponsorships for the show of Hands On, so we can go on a 2-hour. You know, because a lot of people are craving bitin. You know, kulang, lack of. There's so much to talk about. You know, in football. An hour and a half is not enough, and we hopefully will have these two guys here again back. Maybe if we have different, programs, we can have more guests than just 1, 2, or 3. Maybe you can have a whole team. You know, we can have a whole team over. But I don't
See, this stadium is big. Like,
we'll have it in our stadium. That's the hands-on stadium. How much some people will take us seriously, man? I don't even know what stadium that is, but definitely not here.
that looks like Munich.
Yeah, that
I
looks
don't know.
Munich,
It's,
Allianz Arena.
Munich.
Yeah, but just without the goals and everything.
Yeah, and thank you again, Manny Ott, Patrick Reichelt, for
Thank
coming
you.
over. Good luck for the league and for the cup, and say hello to your coach and your manager.
Remind him where he's coming from.
Yeah.
And I will tell you more secrets about your coach, so he can't do anything. Okay, no, not me. Ange, our producer, will get in touch with the winners for the Adidas items. Okay, either through Facebook, Twitter, or what have you, or maybe she just shout and give you smoke signals. Watch out for the smoke signals. Okay, I don't know what you're gonna get, but there are Adidas bags, balls, shirts. Sorry, no shoes. Shoes only for me. Okay, so we'll see you soon again, guys. Thank you for watching, and good luck to all the UFL teams coming up for the next league and for the next round of the cup. Good luck to all the teams, and hang loose and keep on kicking. See ya.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.